As we go through life, one of the big questions about things we purchase is what the value of it is.
All right. So we got Ti versus Jeezy going down on Verzuz. Don't know when. Don't quote me. But I was thinking about this, right? You had Busta Rhymes calling out Ti. I don't got no problem with anybody calling out anybody. They said, "Oh, Ti ducking." I mean, Flex even tried to say he got 4 hits max. That's a lie. That's not true at all. I mean, you gotta understand, you live in New York. Even when I was in Philly, before I moved to North Carolina, before I moved to Florida, I done been everywhere. Well, I've been on mostly every state on the East Coast. I'm just not naming all the places I've been. Anyway, so I was listening to T.I. when he was coming out around Get Rich or Die Trying time. Technically, he came out with an album before that. Because his T.I.'s first actual project that I remember, I think it was in 2001, called I'm Serious. It was a mixtape or album, I don't know. Then he had a follow-up with Trap Music in 2003. That was around Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm saying Get Rich or Die Trying for a reason. We'll get to that. Urban Legend, one of his biggest albums to date, 2004. Busta Rhymes, first project or album I remember, and I was born literally 3 years after this. So this is research memory. It was called The Coming in 1996. Followed up with Disaster Strikes 1997. That should tell you, yes, generational gap, 4 years, about 4 to 5 years in music time. As far as their biggest projects, Busta Rhymes was in 97. His first biggest project, 97. And T.I.'s first biggest project was, I guess, for him, it was Urban Legend. That's probably to be debated amongst the fans. But Urban Legend, 2004. So, yeah, that's a wow. That's 7 years from y'all two big debut albums. Now, that being said, he got 8 more years worth of music. Secondly, features, beefs. The dude helped out with a beef with 50 Cent and all of them when they was going at Murder Inc. I don't know, man. That would have been totally unfair to me. Then he got, put your hands where your eyes can see. What is T.I. going to play when that song comes on? You kidding me? Ain't nobody going to disagree that that song is huge. All of his stuff, so dangerous. Nah, come on, man. We ain't doing that. But anyway, so T.I. wanted to battle 50 Cent. That's who he actually wanted to battle first. To me, at first it didn't make sense. Cause I'm like, yo, 50 got them bangers. But then again, that's me being biased. T.I. do too. I say I mentioned me living in the South is because even when I lived up north, I was hearing about T.I. I was hearing about dude from the South that had an extremely well-versed rap ability. And I'm like, the hell is he from? I didn't even know the significance back then of Southern versus Northern music. I didn't really know it. Besides their accents, that was obvious. I didn't really see too much difference. I was younger. I didn't really understand music. Didn't really understand bars. Got older and I was like, oh, okay. Clear difference. T.I. was talked about back then, man. He was talked about when everybody was coming up in the Murder Inc. The Murder Inc. Universal debacle. It's like, bruh, I remember people saying, yo, he rap as good as anybody up here. He rap better than some people up here. He could rap with a lot of people up here. When I first heard Jeezy, I thought the same thing. Even though Jeezy, I think, was born in New York and moved at 17 to Atlanta, still, it was like, yo, them two is really what got me on the Southern music. I know Andre 3000, Big, uh, damn. I know Outkast. I know Bun B, MJG. All of these people was already out. But I did not, I'm just saying me personally, probably for a lot of people didn't get fully turned to Southern music until T.I. T.I. really opened the door, especially the sound of trap music. Yeah, man, he really put a hold on that. That's why it just makes sense to go around somebody else that had a big influence like that. No, besides Tupac, everybody wanted to be the hardest person from their area when 50 Cent came out. He literally was beefing with the world, man. He beefed with the world around him that mattered anyway. And it worked. When T.I. was going that little flipping all them other dudes, it's like, yo, y'all acting like the similarities ain't there. Flex literally said he got 4 hits max. Stop. No, he don't. You live in these areas and you see how much even the song Mediocre was popping. Like, yo, we not doing that. 4 hits max. We really need to stop being biased. Because all of that 4 hits, it wasn't that big, it wasn't that crazy. Bruh, we just saw everybody that played classic songs versus big hits lose. Everybody. So you can't keep saying, oh, he ain't got them hits. As long as his songs is good and they're remembered, if the world is recognizing this song as something that would translate well in the future, then guess what, bro? That's a classic. And I mean the world. Everybody around that ever heard this can all agree that, yo, this is going to sound good in 5 years or more. I can agree with that being a classic. If this song came out and it sounds good in the club today, it most likely ain't going to be a classic. I'm not saying Busta Rhymes don't have, like, Busta Rhymes got club songs. Are you serious? He has huge club songs. But them shits was classic. And that would have been a huge generational gap. It really would have been. And it wouldn't have been the same when you start playing, I mean, all the songs that he got. Features and all of that stuff. Doing his shit with Janet. Nah, bro. Nah. T.I. better with Jeezy. I would have loved to see that 50 Cent thing. That would have been an even thing. Both impacted their area. They both had beef. T.I. was rapping at a high level. So was 50 and everybody else. I don't know. But I want to see this T.I. and Jeezy now. Now I'm really interested in that. I'm glad that matchup happened. Their evenness is going to be shown. I just hope this goes down soon.